Hello, Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck in Love. How is everyone? I am hoping and praying that you and your families are doing well, healthy, safe, grounded, hunkering down as many of us are. And today I'm excited to support you guys in continuing to create connection amidst this time of social distancing. And here's the first way to do it is to have a killer dating profile. Not only that, knowing how to connect with a killer dating profile. So there's that piece, okay? I am trying to get my whiteboard here so you guys will be able to see it, to write a few things down and support you guys in creating connection. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of media frenzy happening. I found out they shut down the city of LA, so it's it's affecting everyone. And if you have children, your children are probably out of school and you get to be creative. Yeah, thank you, Bonnie. It's good to see you. And let me know where you guys are listening from too. I would love to hear about that. And love to hear what your updates are. And if you're, I don't know about you, but I did all my grocery shopping this weekend, and we have plenty of food for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we're good to go. But I know that that's not the case with everyone. And before I really dive in, it is a time to focus out and look at where you can support other people and ask them what they need. If you know elderly people that are your neighbors or in your community, if you can go to the grocery store for them, or do something to be of service. It as a collective, it does create a deeper connection, and it's supportive too, and can help make somebody's day that doesn't necessarily have the ability to get out, or their normal means to get out to take care of what they need to take care of, may not be operating or available. So there's that piece. That's my public service announcement to you guys today. And yes, lots of kindness, extra compassion. If you're not already exercising that, I am seeing a lot of fear out there, but I am also seeing, man, some really amazing heroes that work in our grocery stores, that are hustling. I have clients that are physicians that are working so much overtime and really doing everything they can to be of service too. So anything you guys can do. Anyway, back to your dating, because this is important. And you guys, you wouldn't believe it. It is a really great time to create more connections. So if you're not in a committed relationship, then keep connecting. So how do you put together a killer dating profile? Not a killer, not one that kills you, but one that will create more connections. So here's the first thing. I'm going to write this down so you guys have it. First thing, remember, stories sell. If you've been in any sort of sales or sales training, stories sell. But this is true when it comes to dating profiles. So how do you create a connective dating profile that that sells. So here's the deal. Our minds think in pictures. So you want a descriptive profile that describes something unique about you and your life. So, and I'll give you some examples. Unique about you and your life. So, can you guys see that? Okay, like my emoji erasers. So here's what you do. And I also understand that I know that on Bumble, so many of the other dating apps, Hinge is a little different because they ask you questions and you answer. So what you want to do is put in a sentence that's descriptive, that might be descriptive of you. So for example, you could say, on a weekend afternoon, you might find me with my yoga pants, with my Lululemons. You could be descriptive. My black Lululemons, white tank top, and baseball hat on at my favorite hike, breathing in the nature, the air, the spring air, and the beautiful nature that surrounds me. On a weekend evening, you might find me in my flowing red dress, trying a new up and coming restaurant or a hole in the wall bistro that has healthy, fresh food. Something along those lines, right? So do you see how connected that is? Like pictures you're picturing, or on any given morning, you could find me, my hair swept up in a ponytail, coffee in hand, doing my transcendental meditation. It also starts a conversation, right? Doing my morning routine consisting of transcendental meditation, and my favorite podcast that then sets my day up for complete success. Okay, so just a little bit about you. You don't need to tell someone or an ideal match everything about you, because that's the beauty of connecting. That's the beauty of getting to know someone online. You can find out about them and they can find out about you. And the things that I would encourage you to do is think about your top 5 values. What are the top 5 things that I value? And I work with this with my clients. I go through a whole process around this with them. But what are the top things that I value? And you want to weave that in to your profile. So if your spiritual practice is really important to you, then you can put that in. And if you value, you value someone whom is, driven, honest, different, you know, whatever those things are, or few things that you come up with, then the next thing you want to say is, and I'll write this here, what are your values? Make sure you know. Make sure you know what you want too, because whatever you put out there in an intention sort of way on your profile, it comes back to you. It does. I've seen it so many times. So, what do you value in a partner? So then the next part is, I admire a man whom is blank. Saying those words, I admire a man who is blank. The right man for me possesses great communication skills, emotional intelligence, values health, has a passion, for travel. I don't know. And so then you can put those things in. Here's why this is so important, you guys, because men do read profiles. They don't just look at pictures, by the way. A man will read your profile and he'll go, is that me? Can I provide this for her? Because men think about ways within which they can provide for a woman. If he can't, he will likely not swipe on you. And, there's a such thing as polarizing. So if you have a value like, I value a faith-based man, great. You may not get a lot of atheists swiping on you. Or, does that make sense? So I value a man that's, that's humble, that's open to spiritual growth and development. Words that describe things. So there's a book that I got several years ago, and I love it. I still use it. It's called Words That Sell. It's a marketing book. However, it also has a ton of words in there that you can utilize for a dating profile and that are descriptive. So when you think about the more descriptive you are, then the easier it is to create a connection. Okay, so does that make sense? Does this help you as far as your dating profile is concerned? Give me a yes, and let me know if there's any other questions you have. Like, Cindy, I would love for you to do an even more intense training around this, and I would be happy to do that, and I could show you tons of examples of really successful dating profiles that myself and my team have put together for my clients over the years, and they've been tested and proven to be successful. So let me know. Just put in the comments below. I would love more, even more support around this. I'll be happy to do a deeper training around this, because this is your marketing piece, guys, and it's so important. So the next step, of course, is to have pictures, photos that you're smiling. I recommend getting professional photos as well. You can find, you can ask around of, friends that you've known have taken pictures, or if you're in San Diego, I have some great photographers to recommend to you that do amazing work and have worked with my clients. And I have some contacts in New York. I have, I'm working on Arizona area, but my point is that you want some photos that are lifestyle photos, that you're smiling, that you're happy, because men love happy women and they feel inclined to connect with them. You know, there are a lot of really great artsy photos where you've got this far away look, and it people come to their own conclusions, or that kind of half smile, like it doesn't, you want to have a real genuine like smile. Just saying. So there's that piece. And the next thing that you want to keep in mind is, what do? I've got a profile out there. We're at a time of social distancing. You want to spend a minimum of 30 minutes a day online connecting. So what does that look like? Sorry, I just got a little beep. So when it comes to connecting, here's what you want to do and what to keep in mind. Reach out to men. You know, with Bumble, the women reach out first. The other side to that, you guys, is I recommend it on all dating apps, all dating sites, to reach out to men, because many times men can miss your profile, they haven't been on, and men get far less women reaching out to them than they reach out typically. So they're going to pay attention to you reaching out. Now you might be thinking, well, you know, I hear all these things about not, you know, not leading, letting him take the lead. This is the deal when it comes to online. This is the only time that I will suggest leading. Here's why. This list dates clear on back to, you know, the Victoria era, when women would, you know, the Victorian, I should say, era, when women would drop the proverbial handkerchief to let a man know that she's interested. He would pick it up, they would start a conversation, things would move forward or not. This is your modern day dropping of the handkerchief. So reaching out to say something like, hey, great, great blue shirt that you're wearing in your profile. That color suits you, looks great on you. I noticed you love to hike. Tell me, you know, what are your top favorite places to hike in the area? Ask connective questions, and that way you can create a connection quicker. So, you know, if you are a learner and you value reading, and, you know, oh, what book are you reading right now? Or what are the last 3 books that you found interesting? You can find out so much about a person. Or do you listen to podcasts? What's your favorite one? It's a way to create connection. And if you've never listened to that podcast, interesting, maybe you'll give it a listen, or you share with them what's interesting to you. So then what I recommend is only having a few conversations back and forth before turning it into a quick phone call or a FaceTime conversation, since people aren't meeting as much right now. I mean, they closed down the city of LA. I am going to say that most places are going to be under some sort of restriction or quarantine over the next few days, by the end of this week. And we don't know exactly how long this is going to last. My what I do know based on what I've studied is that as the weather warms up, this will start to taper off in most parts of the country. Although, of course, there'll be different, different moving parts happening from, all the postponing and cancellations of schools and whatnot. But back to you and your dating. Schedule a FaceTime, schedule a Skype call, because you can find out a lot by connecting with somebody through video. And if they're not willing to do that, then next, I have a lot of, I have people that ask me questions like, well, I've been connecting with this gentleman and he hasn't committed to moving it into a date or a FaceTime meeting. Then you want to say to him, hey, I find it easier to see if there's more of a connection by doing a FaceTime call. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd be, where you're at on that. And then if he doesn't move forward with that, then you just want to move on next, because they're not going to move into that space no matter what. For whatever reason, they are not committed to opening themselves up to a deeper connection. And that is what you want. So keep in mind, what do I want? What is my ultimate goal? Right? Do you want a long-term, loving, connected relationship? Make sure that you're forthcoming. Ultimately, I desire X. And don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to share where you're at and what you're seeking. It doesn't mean that you're looking to jump right in. It's, obviously you want to take your time to get to know someone. As a coach, one of the things that I teach my clients about is moving slower in the beginning to move faster later on. So let me know, you guys, did this help you? Say, yes, Cindy, this helps. I love to have more clarity around dating profiles and how to connect and move it into a deeper connection. Let me know if that's where you're at, or if you have questions here, I'm happy to answer them. So this is the time, you guys, to not only do your personal work so that you can open your heart to receive lasting love, really also to create more connection at a time where disconnect is so, where, social in-person connection is so restricted. Sorry. And it doesn't have to be, because we are so blessed to have amazing technology today. So you can FaceTime your family, your loved ones, everyone out there. All right, you guys, I'm sending you so much peace, love, and safety. And I will see you. Keep in tune. Watch your email boxes for trainings this week. As I learn more, I'm going to be sharing more and supporting you guys around really opening your heart up to create lasting love. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.